Yo, we live up in this bitch. All right, people, what's good, man? This is gonna be a quick live. I'm just gonna do the review of my Microsoft E3 press conference before the Bethesda conference starts up. It was a little late, so I'm gonna do mine real quick. So if you've been following me on, you know, what's going on right now with I was on a Weapon Wheel podcast. I also did my live reactions that's on the channel. Again, I'm not going to stay long with this one. This is so y'all could go back to it. I just didn't feel like setting up the camera and all that good stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it because I know a lot of you guys don't watch, or some of you guys don't watch the Microsoft E3, or I mean, watch Weapon Wheel. Definitely should check out Weapon Wheel because Weapon Wheel is definitely like live. And I'm not a member on there right now, or probably will be, but the cast is good. So hopefully y'all can hear me well. Let me go ahead and make a quick. Yeah, there we go. We're doing good. So how we gonna start this out is I'm gonna go through the games real quick that was shown. The games I was excited for. So Phil Spencer came out and jumped straight in, and they started talking about the Scorpio. I mean, well, Xbox One S X. I'm sorry, it's a learning curve. So they showed off the Xbox One X, and I'm not gonna front, like, the system is beautiful. It's a very attractive looking system, and I think that it can only get better as time comes with developers having more time on their hands with the system. So I just hope that it gets better. But Phil Spencer came out, then he brought this dude out. I'm not even gonna try to remember his name. Dude was basically looked like he hasn't left the cave in a minute. Like, he hasn't said he's mad stiff. He didn't even look like he was excited, but he came through and he was basically talking about the hardware, talking about the system. It's the smallest system, Xbox system to come out. It goes into 4 T-flops and all that good stuff. Then right after that, they go into Forza 7 gameplay. And I'm gonna be honest. When I was watching the live stream, it didn't look that good. So after we did the live stream with us, I went and I watched like some YouTube videos of I want to watch YouTube videos of Forza 7, and I gotta say, it looks amazing. The graphics looks so fucking amazing. I can't even fathom the idea of how well it looks. The rain mechanics, I'm just spoiled from Drive Club. Drive Club has like the best rain mechanics I've ever seen. Hopefully Sony holds on to that, keeps it, and use it in another game coming forward. Then they went into Metro Exodus, I think it was. Metro Exodus looks pretty good. What's good, Raph? And Exodus looks really good, and I'm excited for it. It's obviously, it was a world premiere. It's not going to be exclusive on the system. One of the things that I will say about what's weird about the Xbox conference is they keep saying this phrase, Xbox launch exclusive, and I don't know. It's obviously some trickery. If you don't know what you're talking, if you're a casual, you probably lost and not have any idea what the fuck is going on and get duped. So these games are coming. For instance, they also showed Assassin's Creed Origins 4K 30 HDR. That's coming to the system. It was 4K 30 on the Metro Exodus as well. I don't even know if that game is native 4K. It looks way too good. It might be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a timed exclusive, which could be screwing with people. But it's a new catchphrase they're using, kind of like the most powerful console ever, because I know when PlayStation launches their console, it's going to be the new powerful console ever. So it's this whole terminology of trademarking that's really fucking annoying. So then they go into show Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is another exclusive, console exclusive, because it's definitely coming out for the PlayStation 4. Don't know when, but it's obviously coming out for the Xbox One X or just Xbox in general first. Then they showed off Deep Level. I forgot what that game was. It looked like one of those, like, It looks like a better version of Minecraft with like shooters, but it looks like a game that's coming out and it's gonna have its own cult behind it. It's gonna be one of them Twitch games that you see these dudes playing for like hours and people donating shit tons of money to them. Then they showed off State of Decay. State of Decay, it showed 4K, but it didn't say anything about HDR. It looks better than the last one. And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know. Like State of Decay looks good, but touting 4K, that game did not look amazing to be 4K. The textures didn't look that good. The graphics didn't look that good, and it annoys me. Then they showed off the Darwin where the dude came out and my man was yelling, shouting, and I wanted just somebody to slap that in his head because I was like, yo, what the is this guy doing, yo? Like for real talk, what is he doing? It was basically like a talk show host, like a live commentary, and the shit was just loud and annoying. This dude in a yellow shirt, basically talking about the game like the game is like some hot shit. Like you just showed some multiplayer. I haven't seen anything else about the game. Don't know anything else about the story, but whatever. Then here comes Minecraft 4K HDR coming out for the system. The one cool thing is that they're combining all the players to play together, even from the mobile phone. The only ones that was left out of it was is DC censored or something? No, what do you mean censored? I don't know what you mean. Anyways, explain that to me in the meanwhile so I can get to like my wrap up of this. They showed off Minecraft, and the only people that's not playing together are the PlayStation guys. Then they showed off more console launch exclusives. No HDR. Black Forest. It's an MMO. It's already out on PC. The Last Night, and then the Artful whatever, some like weird looking game. One of them indie games. You know, some that Jack Move is all over. Jack Move Johnny is all over. Then they went into Code Vein. Code Vein is a Japanese action adventure game that's basically like a Souls game or like a Bloodborne game, those type of games, but in Japanese style. Kind of like it looks like the same art style of like what is it? God of War. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying to keep it a little professional. I'm trying not to lose my shit here. I had some time to think about it. But Code Vein looks amazing. And it looks great. It looks so great that I literally went out and pre-ordered it the moment I saw it. If you're a fan of God of War, it has that same gritty art style, but now it's like a Dark Souls type of game. Not much of the story, but I hope that it's really kind of like a Dark Souls type of game. Instead of just being like a hack and slash where the bosses are kind of hard or the monsters are kind of hard. But then they showed off Sea of Thieves 4K HDR. I don't know what the fuck Microsoft was thinking. That game is going to have its own following. And I'm not taking jabs at them. Microsoft, do your thing. Get your fan base. Have some diversity. You know what I'm saying? Have your diversity. Have your diversity. That's all I'm going to say. But Sea of Thieves is going to have their own game players. Then they showed Super Lucky Tail. Basically, it was a game that came out on Oculus on for PC, and you could play with a controller. It's now coming to the system, and that's like your platformer. And I'm not sure if Microsoft's trying to buy that up, let it be like a Microsoft exclusive or something like that for like future going forward. But yeah, one of the things I want to say about Sea of Thieves, it kind of hurts my heart seeing this is what Rare is doing now. And it kind of saddens me a bit. Then they showed Cuphead finally has a release date, September 29th. If it gets delayed, just cancel it. Crackdown 4K HDR. They show my man Terry Crews comes out November 7th, the same day as the actual system itself. And again, the system looks sexy. Crackdown got a downgrade. If you're gonna sit here and try to defend that shit, you are beyond fanboyism. When I saw Crackdown the first few times, it looked way better than this. It definitely got like a graphics downgrade because the graphics looked more like before. It looked more like a Grand Theft Auto San Andreas world, not too on the same page, but like a San Andreas world. And it didn't look too cartoonish. Now, when they show it, they didn't show any destructibility. They showed like, you know, the multiplayer version of it, dudes jumping around cities. They showed the 4 characters you could choose from, showing that it has multiplayer, but it dropped down to like some sort of like a cell shaded graphics type of game. And I called it. That was the only way they're going to be able to do the destructibility that they said they were going to do, but in that type of that cell shaded graph. No way they were going to do like a Grand Theft Auto type of world mechanics or textures and having the world blow up and shit like that. Like no fucking way that they were going to be able to pull something like that off. I don't care what the Scorpio is, the power of the Scorpio, what type of developers they have. All I got to say is this: Microsoft, I hope you learn from this and give your developers freedom of creation. I don't want Microsoft to fail. Competition is good. I really need for them to pick this shit up. Then they showed off another console launch exclusive, or I think it's an exclusive, Ashen. That's coming out. I'm not really a fan of Ashen, you know, whatever. Then they showed Square came out, another world premiere. They showed off Life is Strange Before the Storm. Then they showed off, oh yeah, that was 4K 60 FPS. Then they showed off, actually no, it was 4K 30. It was not 60 FPS. Then they showed off Shadow of War, long gameplay, nothing new came out. They just showed what happened to the power of the cloud. Like, let's save that. I'm almost done. Let's save let's save that for that, yo. Shadow of War looks fantastic, and it was another one of those games. Due to the live stream, I had to basically go look at the actual live stream. I mean, an actual video that was uploaded of the system, so at Microsoft or YouTube, so I could see what it looks like in all of its glory. Then they showed Ori, the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, the Will of the Wisp. That looks amazing. The guy came out, they had the piano. I was really touched by the emotional content, or just emotional like connection that I had with that game. Just the music, all of the stuff that just sound. The gameplay looks amazing. That game's gonna win a shit ton of awards for music, HDR, gameplay. You could already see how touching it was. And the owl obviously showed his family died, and he was the last. They saw showed his last feather, and that just looks fucking fantastic. And I can't wait for that. So kudos to Microsoft for that one. But they showed off backwards compatibility for the Xbox, the OG freaking Xbox. And the sad part is that's when everybody got up and started clapping their hands. Like, how is this, out of all the games that I just stated, Forza 7 looking as sexy as it is, looking as beautiful as it is in 4K 60, no compromise. You know, they showed off Metro Exodus, they showed off Battlegrounds, State of Decay, Darwin, that crazy shit, Minecraft. Out of all of those new games, the 42 games that Microsoft showed off, everybody and their mother clapped the loudest for the fucking backwards compatibility of the Xbox, OG Xbox backwards compatibility. Like, I know I'm a collector. I've got those discs sitting back there just chilling because I've had them for a minute. But how many of y'all in here right now, raise of hands, how many of y'all have Xbox, OG Xbox discs just sitting there? Like, the only thing I could sit there thinking to myself is, yo, it's been a minute since I played Baldur's Gate or what is it, Hunters, whatever. I forgot the name of that Hunters game to play it on the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see or fathom the idea of who's excited or why they were excited to play this. And the thing with the Xbox fanboys, they attacked Sony and said that the people that were shouting for Sony at their PlayStation event were paid employees to shout so high. You know what I'm saying? Mecha Soul. I still got the Steel Battalion game with the controller, so you know what I'm saying? I have a few. I got like maybe 20 or 30 of those. But like, it's crazy that they clap so loud for something so fucking stupid. And I'm not taking shots at them. It's great to be able to go back and play these games. But if you got these games, you probably still got the OG system. You know what I'm saying? I know no one wants to rehook up all those systems together again. It's whatever, you know what I'm saying? But do you be excited? Do whatever it is you want to do to be excited for whatever it is Microsoft has given to you. Then they came out and launched the price of the system. Phil Spencer, $499 for the system. I was already right. Give big shout outs to Randall Thorne, where he basically said if they didn't show the price in the beginning, it was going to be $499. I already knew it was going to be $499. The minute they started talking about vapor cooling, they went instead of 6 teraflops, they talked about more about how the system was crafted and designed. And it's sad that they're talking about the design of the system, vapor, liquid cooling. You know what I'm saying? The 4K HDR, 6 teraflops, the 12 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory. You know what I'm saying? The bandwidth of the memory, all of the stuff that they're talking about. That's what they spent so much time on that. The moment I knew they were talking about it, then they said that it's the smallest Xbox system they've ever created, or smaller than the Xbox One S. And I gotta say, it looks beautiful. I'm not taking jabs at it. And yes, I'm still getting a fucking an Xbox One X. Damn, so hard to say it. I'm still getting one because I have to. It's just the weirdness inside of me that I just have to pick this up. I'm just a hardware junkie, man. It's sad. But the price of the system. Let me say this. With all the money that you guys have spent, and all the Xbox fans, like, you bought $499 for the original Xbox One with the Kinect, then you spent $299 for the One S, and now you're spending $499 again. That's 14, maybe $1,500 if you add tax all the way up to that. Like, that's $1,500. You could buy and build a beast ass fucking gaming PC. And even though they were touting that, you know, this system was also built for people that's gaming in 1080p, you could hook up a mini ATX tower with a 1080 Ti or a 1070 or 1060 and outperform the fucking Scorpio. Put your own fucking 15, 20, 16, 24 gigs of RAM all up on the fucking TV and game like there's no problem. Because here's the thing about PC gaming, and I said it while I was doing my live stream. Yo, PC gaming is not that expensive. Let's say you have a 1070 or 1060 right now. You build a setup. You're not even going to hit $1,500, even if you were going to hook it up to your 1080p TV right now, right? You're going to get the best super sampling. You're going to get the best frame rate. No problems whatsoever. You're not getting HDR, though, so that's what you're missing out on. But also, if you're a PC gamer, right? A fucking 4K HDR 1440p or 144 hertz gaming gaming monitor, or costs an arm and a fucking leg. The Acer Predator X27 is almost $3,500 for that monitor, and it's a 27-inch. You know what I'm saying? PC has HDR, so don't get it twisted. They have HDR monitors. There's also the Acer, the 1440p monitor, but at this point, I'm not upgrading my monitor. There's no way in hell my wife is going to let me spend $3,500 on a gaming PC monitor for 27-inch. I just bought the A1E and now a 930E. I come home with some shit like that, I'm sleeping outside underneath the car. Not even in that bitch. She'll take the keys from me. But there's no way I could justify that, and that's the reason why I'm getting getting it for the TV upstairs. I strictly do not game on the A1E whatsoever. That's just straight movies. I will not game on that. I did it for a little bit, saw some image retention after a while, and that's it. But going into Anthem. Anthem looks fucking amazing. Another the BioWare, you could tell where the money, why what's it called? Mass Effect Andromeda ended up the way it did. They had a tight budget because the rest of EA's money went to this game. Anthem looks fantastic. The textures, I can only imagine how great and how fucking amazing the HDR looks. The lighting, the explosions, everything is fucking fantastic about Anthem, and I cannot wait for fucking Anthem. Anthem, please come out. And one of the things that scares me about Anthem, when we're talking about over at Weapon Wheel, is that there's no way that game is going to be native 4K 30 on the Scorpio. It might be checkerboarding or sparse rendering, whatever the fuck it is, their name that they're using. But I think that gameplay was on PC. But here's why I may think that it's not on PC, because it was at 30 FPS. If it was at 4K with a 1070 or a 1080 Ti, they could have pulled off 4K 60 no problems for that gameplay. And being that this is Microsoft, they're allowed to pull off that bullshit now with doing Windows game for Windows 10 and then console. So they'll show off a Windows 10 game and then, you know, basically say that you'll have an idea what it looks like on the One X. Damn, that name is killing me. But I'm a little disappointed with the conference because this was Phil Spencer's way of pulling back in the console gamers. This is not a system that's going to fly off the shelves. All Sony has to do is just come out, show the games with more gameplay that they showed off at PlayStation Experience, and they won. Now, I'm hearing rumors that they're showing off new hardware. I know nothing about it. I'm not hitting nothing about it. I'm tired of slipping on the internet. I love my job. But I definitely think that Microsoft wasted. They wasted an experience. It was a very lackluster Microsoft experience. I really don't know what to say at this point. But if you're a person that I'm gonna tell you something that my brother said to me, and he's a casual. My brother was a big Xbox guy, right? When he lost his job, he asked me if I could buy him a system. You know, he started live streaming until he get a job. I got him a PS4. You know, Sony fanboy in me, right? I bought him a PS4, and he's been on the PS4 ever since. He doesn't even have a Pro. He's gaming on a 1080p TV right now. Showed him the Pro, then started talking to him about Scorpio. He said to me, yo, that's great and all, but the game still looks good on the Xbox right now. I mean, the PlayStation right now. The game still looks amazing to me on this 1080p screen that I'm playing on right now. There's no way I'm going to get up, drop everything that I've earned on my PlayStation 4, all my friends, and start all over again because of better frame rate, better resolution, better HDR, smaller system, the best place to play third-party games. He says at this point, I will take the loss in that until the next system comes out and I don't have a problem starting all over again. Like, I really don't know what to expect going forward, but if Phil Spencer is literally reading the tweets, there are a lot of diehard Xbox fans that are very disappointed. They're very disappointed, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them for being disappointed because this was Microsoft's moment to basically say, "We got you, bitch. Come back." You know what I'm saying? And there's no way that this system at $499 is going to fly off the shelves. And now the same statement that everybody else was saying about the Slim and the Pro is the Slim has HDR. The only difference now with the X and the Slim, and the S is the only difference is from that to the S is 4K and HDR. Maybe a smaller system. You know what I'm saying? Now, and all right, so here I'm gonna lay down some fucking science for you guys. Take this in your head for a minute. Go grab if you got a 4K TV, right? Grab your TV, go put on a bullshit movie, right? And sit about 3 feet away from it. It's a 1080p movie. It looks like shit, but why all of a sudden when you go back about 6 to 7 feet, you can't tell? It looks good. So I'm not going to say there's no difference, but it's a hard discrepancy to look at 1800p to 4K checkerboarding or 1600p to checkerboarding 4K than native 4K sitting at 7 to 10 feet away from your TV. You know what I'm saying? There's not that much of a difference for a casual to go out there and buy a Pro. Buy a One S. But anyways, guys, that's my whole take on this. I think Microsoft fucked it up. Stay tuned because I'm going to be doing the Bethesda live. We could talk some more about this there. But, yo, thanks for tuning in, and that's my review. I think Microsoft fucked up. The system looks beautiful. I can only imagine games looking better in the future going forward. But my daughter's up, and I kind of got to end this early. So, yo, As always, like, subscribe, and comment. Share this with your friends. Mad love for you guys, man. And again, I really appreciate all of the love that I've been getting lately. So peace out, people. But my final take, I'm disappointed, but I'm also excited at the same time. It should have been better. Microsoft, give your developers freedom of creation. I'm out.